Hi, it's Maura Gamble from Our Permaculture Life and the Permaculture Education Institute, and welcome back into my garden. So today I'm sitting here with one of the herbs that's right on the corner of my garden in a very dry spot. And I don't need to tell you what it is. It's one of the most common herbs of all time. Yes, it's sage, Salvia officinalis. So the officinalis is referring to the fact that it's kind of been recognised for a very long time as being one of the main medicinal and culinary forms of that particular plant. So sage has found its place in my garden right here because it's an incredibly dry spot on the edge of the wall with the western sun coming in. And really it's the type of place that you want to pick for things that are from the Mediterranean, things that like it more hot and dry and where it can kind of warm up in the soil and it thrives in this spot, whereas other things just really struggle. So sage has found a beautiful spot here, kind of like the lavenders behind me. This is a place where I grow those kind of hardy, perennial, Mediterranean, drought hardy type of plant. So if you've got a garden that needs something to fill it in as a perennial plant, as a sort of a low shrubby plant that can act as a ground cover and help to protect the soil, like in behind here, it creates a nice little protected zone where I can plant other things that need a little bit of shade and protection. So anyway, I use it as part of the garden ecology, and I use it to fill in those spaces that are really dry, but I also use it for many other things. So, sage is one of those favourite herbs, the combination, parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. So if you think of that old song, Scarborough Fair, if you put all those different herbs together, you get a really great combination that you can use in all different types of cooking, from sauces to stuffings to putting it in stews. But I actually just like adding a few leaves into a salad or as a garnish somewhere. You can add it to fish dishes, but you can also use it for different things. So you can, there is an old recipe from something around 1615 which combines sage leaves with salt as a tooth powder. It's well known as an ingredient to help relax our body. So we use sage oil for that, but you can just as well come out and get a nice bundle of leaves and pop it in a bath. Similarly, you can get some leaves and make a sage tea. So you can buy sage tea dried from the store, but if you have a sage plant, just come and grab a couple of leaves fresh, pop them into some warm water. Now, you could use that either as a hot tea or also as just like a cool iced tea that you can sip throughout the day. You can also use it for wounds and insect bites and all kinds of things. So sage is just one of those kind of indispensable plants if you've got a nice dry corner. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you before we finish up today is about how to take a cutting. So right now, I'm still in summer here in my garden, and this is a time where I can actually come in and start taking some snippings off this and help to trim it back into shape, and that way I can spread it around to other places. So you don't even need fancy secateurs, you can just use scissors from your kids' cupboard. And so I've chopped it off just below a node, and then I'm taking off these side shoots here like this. There we go. Now I can, there's another one. Now if I just planted that into the ground like that, maybe even just take a couple more off. I actually try and leave just a few leaves on so it doesn't stress it out too much. They look a bit ragged. They've gone too. Okay, that's good. So I would put it in maybe half in, half out a pot or back into the garden somewhere, or maybe like a third in and 2/3 out. And that will get going really nicely. So so you can see from this bush I've got here, I could get 100 cuttings. I mean, one of the things I love about working with herbs and perennials is that they're abundant. You can create so much out of just one plant. I think I've told you before that out of this garden I've given away 10,000 cuttings over the last couple of years, or actually tens of thousand cuttings now, because actually by doing the trimmings I'm tidying up the garden and able to spread them around, and they just grow so easily. So I hope you enjoy getting sage happening in your garden, and experiment with it in your cooking, sweet and savoury, as teas, as cool drinks, and maybe as a tooth powder too. So have fun with it, experiment, and share your recipes too. One of the best things about these types of forums is that we get to learn from each other. So I'd love to hear about how you use sage in your cooking or in your body or in your hair or as a wound treatment. Okay, take care. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you back again soon. See ya.